He felt Capricorn. Cap was keeping the shit on the low about if she was messing with Cuddy or not. Puffy beat the shit out that bitch. I mean, to be able to do that type of to a woman and other women.
In a startling revelation that's sending shockwaves through the entertainment industry, Suge Knight, the notorious former CEO of Death Row Records, has reignited his long-standing feud with Diddy, seizing the opportunity presented by the bad boy moguls mounting the lawsuits. Knight's explosive comments on his podcast, Collect Call with Suge Knight, have cast a sinister shadow over Diddy's already troubled reputation. Knight, currently serving a 28-year sentence for a fatal hit and run, didn't hold back in his latest tirade against Diddy.
What Puffy done, what Puffy did, or what Puffy do is not a surprise. Everybody know what it is.
His allegations are as severe as they are scandalous, accusing Diddy of assaulting a female assistant named Capricorn over suspicions about Cassie's relationship with Kid Cutie. Puffy beat the shit out that bitch. Not only did he beat the shit out of her, it was an Interscope person. An Interscope check that paid her to settle so he wouldn't go to jail, Knight claimed, painting a picture of a brutal and unforgiving music mogul.
But this not nothing new. Everybody know that Puffy beat and Gus ran in for the longest. That's not like it's new news.
Knight's revelations intertwine with the grave accusations leveled by Cassie, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, in her lawsuit. Cassie's allegations paint a harrowing picture of abuse and manipulation, claiming Diddy subjected her to years of physical and emotional torment. The lawsuit, as reported by Hip Hop DX, includes shocking claims of SA, sex trafficking, and domestic abuse. Miss Ventura was also exposed to the intense violence that pervaded Mr. Combs' rise to fame. The complaint reads, further detailing an alleged incident where a substance-fueled Diddy armed himself with multiple guns to confront Knight. The lawsuit also brings to light Diddy's alleged extreme control over Cassie, as evidenced in a 2022 Vlad TV clip where Young Jock recalls Diddy demanding Cassie shave her head to mimic a woman he had seen.
Puff jumped out. Me and Cassie sit next to each other. My wife right here. Yo, Cassie, tomorrow, I want you to shave the side of your head.
The incident underscores the alleged psychological control Diddy exerted over Cassie, contributing to the disturbing narrative of their relationship.
Cass, I was like, you're not about to do that, are you? She said, well, I mean, whatever Sean wants, I'm gonna do.
Furthermore, Cassie accuses Diddy of orchestrating a violent act against Kid Cutie, with whom she had an affair. The lawsuit alleges in February 2012, during Paris Fashion Week, Mr. Combs told Miss Ventura that he was going to blow up Kid Cutie's car, linking Diddy to a vindictive and dangerous act of retribution.
Kid Cudi confirmed it?
That the car blew up.
That really happens in real life? He'll be blowing up cars?
The case took a sudden turn when Cassie and Diddy reached an amicable settlement just a day after the lawsuit made headlines. While details of the settlement remain undisclosed, this resolution does little to dispel the dark cloud of allegations hovering over Diddy. His attorney, Benjamin Brothman, issued a statement denying the accusations but acknowledging the settlement. A decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. This tangled web of allegations, settlements, and Knight's incendiary remarks has thrust Diddy into an unfavorable spotlight, raising serious questions about the extent of his alleged misconduct and the future of his career in the relentless glare of public scrutiny. As Diddy navigates through a labyrinth of legal woes, the intensity only escalates with a new lawsuit adding to the beleaguered music mogul's troubles. In a startling revelation reported by Rolling Stone, Diddy, born Sean Combs, stands accused of forcing two women into sexual acts in the early 90s. This claim, echoing the disturbing pattern of abuse alleged in Cassie's lawsuit, deepens the shadow cast over Diddy's reputation.
And hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs is facing another lawsuit over sexual assault allegations.
The plaintiff, identified only as Jane Doe, recounts a harrowing night that began at an industry event and ended in trauma. She alleges that after being invited back to singer Aaron Hall's apartment, Diddy coerced her into sex. The nightmare intensified when Hal, a member of the Arabeg group guy, is accused of engaging in sexual misconduct with both her and her friend in a separate room. The details are chilling, with the lawsuit alleging that Diddy barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced her to have sex with him. This ordeal reportedly didn't end there. The suit details a subsequent encounter where an irate Combs visited the women, leading to a violent confrontation where he allegedly choked Jane Doe to the point that she passed out. The reason, as stated in the complaint, was Diddy's fear that the women would divulge his and Hall's actions. In a staunch denial, Diddy's spokesperson told Hip Hop DX, "These are fabricated claims falsely alleging misconduct from over 30 years ago. This is nothing but a money grab." The defense hinges on the assertion that Combs, due to his fame and success, is an easy target for accusers. This lawsuit, filed under the Adult Survivors Act in New York, circumvents the typical statute of limitations, allowing these decades-old allegations to surface. This legal provision has opened the floodgates for several high-profile figures, including Jamie Foxx and Bill Cosby, to face similar historical accusations.
There's people who are calling me this week who just found out about it for the first time after Sean Combs was sued.
In the wake of the mounting allegations against Diddy, the lawsuit filed by Joey Dickerson, Neil stands as a particularly disturbing chapter. Her accusations against the music mogul trace back to a fateful encounter in 1991, casting a long shadow over his past. According to the complaint filed at Manhattan Supreme Court, Dickerson, Neil, then a Syracuse University student, paints a grim picture of her date with Combs that quickly spiraled into a nightmare. The lawsuit describes a scenario that began seemingly innocuously with a dinner at Wells restaurant in Harlem. However, it alleges that the night took a dark turn when Combs purportedly intoxicated Dickerson's. Neil, the court document details how the substances rendered her unable to independently stand or walk, leaving her vulnerable and incapacitated. This allegation alone paints a chilling portrait of premeditation and control, attributes alarmingly out of line with Diddy's public persona. The narrative of that night continues with Combs allegedly driving a dazed Dickerson, Neil, to a music studio. The lawsuit describes her as being so debilitated that she was unable to leave the car, effectively trapping her in the situation. The ordeal didn't end there. Combs is then accused of taking her to a place where he was staying where he allegedly assaulted her. Adding a deeply unsettling dimension to these claims is the accusation that Combs recorded the essay without Dickerson, Neil's knowledge. The impact of that night on Dickerson, Neil, as detailed in the lawsuit, was profound and lasting. She reportedly dropped out of college following the incident, having been hospitalized for severe depression and thoughts of self-harm. The document underscores how the alleged assault sent her life into a tailspin, impacting her mental health and hindering her career progression for years. Even decades later, Dickerson, Neil's decision to seek legal action against Combs is portrayed as a step in her journey towards emotional and economic recovery, underlining the long-term effects of the alleged trauma.
Giving survivors an opportunity for justice.
They want history to reveal what happened to them. They don't want their abusers to get away with it.
In response to these grave accusations, a representative for Combs vehemently denied the claims. The denial, issued via email, categorizes the lawsuit as a misuse of the Well-Intentioned Adult Survivors Act, labeling Dickerson's, Neil's story as made up and not credible. This defense strategy not only seeks to discredit the allegations, but also positions Combs as a victim of opportunistic litigation.
The 35-page suit lays out graphic allegations, all of which, through his attorney, he denies.
In the wake of these allegations, the narrative around Diddy shifts from a tale of entertainment success to a dark saga of alleged abuse and manipulation. Each lawsuit, with its hauntingly similar patterns of accusations, weaves a more intricate and damning story. The convergence of these legal battles, coupled with Suge Knight's damning podcast remarks, presents a formidable challenge to Diddy's public image and legal standing. As the lawsuits unfold, they threaten to unravel a legacy and expose a side of the music mogul that stands in stark contrast to his celebrated public persona. As the allegations against Diddy continue to mount, public opinion has become a critical barometer of the situation. The voices of fans and critics alike offer a diverse spectrum of perspectives, each echoing the complexities of the case and the emotions it stirs. One fan's comment underscores the prevailing skepticism about Diddy's motives, stating that dude, Puffy, fears jail. He would pay millions to stay out of the can. I believe Suge Knight on this. Another individual takes a more condemnatory stance, expressing outright disdain for the music mogul. Diddy is a damn monster. He deserves every bit of what's happening to him. I don't feel sorry for this inhumane monster. However, opinions aren't unilaterally against Diddy. The case also brings to light the controversy surrounding Suge Knight, with one fan pointing out, we need to keep the same energy with Suge for what he did to Michelle. Michelle didn't get paid like Cassie because she is not a preference, but for Suge to be taken seriously is insane. This perspective highlights the complexity of the narrative, questioning the credibility of Knight as a source and drawing attention to his own controversial past. These individual opinions, while varied, collectively paint a picture of a public grappling with a convoluted saga of alleged abuse, power dynamics, and celebrity justice. The general consensus seems to be one of deep concern and skepticism, though opinions diverge on who deserves the brunt of scrutiny and condemnation. This public discourse reflects a broader societal conversation about accountability, fame, and the often blurred lines between public image and private reality. As we conclude this deep dive into the labyrinth of allegations surrounding Diddy, it's clear that this story has struck a nerve far beyond the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. The claims of abuse and manipulation have opened a Pandora's box of opinions, debates, and controversies. But what do you think? Do these lawsuits and Suge Knight's explosive comments paint an accurate picture of the real Diddy, or is there more to the story than meets the eye? Is justice being served, or are we witnessing a miscarriage of it? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. Until next time, keep your eyes on the stars and your ears to the ground. Farewell and stay informed.